Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. Wow, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in fantastic spirits, because another day above the dirt is always a blessing. Happy Sunday to every single last one of y'all. I appreciate you guys spending your Sunday morning with me, and it really means a lot. Or, you know, your afternoon or evening, wherever you're watching this show right. Yeah. Well, we got some updates, and this is very interesting. And again, I put it in the title and in the thumbnail and all that stuff. The question is, could this be a big win for Diddy? Is this a big win for Diddy or not? We got some things we got to talk about. This is absolutely insane. And I know some people are feeling some type of way about this because I don't blame them. I just don't blame them. So we got to get into this. So please do me a favor. Before we get into everything, please do me a solid. Hit that like button down below, please and thank you. Hit that like button down below, please and thank you. That'd be amazing. Do not forget, if you're watching on other platforms like on the TikTok, on Rumble, and a slew of other platforms that I'm live on right now as we speak, please do me that solid. Hit that reaction button if you're watching over there. That'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. Do not forget, hopefully you guys are seeing, it seems a bit choppy here for some weird reason on my end. Maybe it's smooth on your end. Hopefully it is. And if it is, great. If it's not, then I don't know what to tell you. In fact, I might have to, hold on guys. Let me come back. I'm coming right back. 2 seconds. Okay. Still choppy on my end, but we're going to do what it do. We're going to do what it do. Anyway. So, hit that like button down below, hit that reaction button, please and thank you. Do not forget, and I was talking about not the audio, I was talking about the video. The video seems to be a little choppy, but again, I'm going to continue. Okay? So, hit that like button down below, hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. Please do not forget to do me a solid. Of course, check out that follow button if you're watching on other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. Go hit that follow button. Also subscribe here on my main channel, The Pascal Show. But make sure you go over to the secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Show some love over there. Become a subscriber over there, because there's a lot of things I'm talking about over there that I'm not talking about on this main channel. Okay? That'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. And I got a couple other things I'm going to be talking to you guys about that are separate from the actual conversation that we're about to have here in just a minute. So please be sure to do that. Subscribe. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check that out. Become a member. That'd be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to check out my Patreon and my locals. Patreon.com/The Pascal Show and locals.com/The Pascal Show. And of course, check out my merch. Check out that merch. We got some hoodies, t-shirts, etc. Really, really great stuff. So go over there and check it out. That'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. Show some love if you can. Support if you can. I got some really great stuff, and I'm sure you'll find something that you'll love right over there. Okay, we got to get into this. For some odd reason on my end, the video seems choppy, but I guess everything is good. So we're going to continue and get this bad boy moving. Pun intended. See what I did there? No, that's what I was trying to do. Anyway, guys, happy Sunday to every single last one of y'all. It looks like something interesting is going on in the world of the Diddy. Everything that's been revolving around the The orbit of Diddy has been very interesting nonetheless. Can't we agree on all that? I mean, we've been seeing crazy things that have been going on as of late with Diddy. Just the other day, if I'm correct, Friday, we dropped some serious ish that came out, which of course I'm going to share with you guys now. I had to restart the computer or restart this page, but I still want to share this with you guys nonetheless. We looked at this and we talked about this, and we were absolutely shocked. Weren't we not? Totally thrown off and said, whoa, the information in this describing this parties, these after parties, where there's a whole lot of baby oil and a whole lot of other types of substances and chemicals, and a lot of people doing the hibbity dibbity. We talked about that. They revealed that in this scathing, mind-blowing, shocking article. Now, I know it got a lot of people upset. A lot of y'all got real upset about it. Some of y'all got in your feelings about it. I'm sorry for being someone who read an article that you can clearly read for yourself. It is what it is. I didn't report the news. I'm just reading it to you guys. But nonetheless, got a lot of people upset. Not only did it get the people that believe that Diddy did no wrong, that Diddy is innocent and all that, well, apparently it really angered his team as well. In fact, it angered not only just Diddy's team, but it got the judge to agree in saying, yeah, we need the feds to shut the F up. So we're going to slap them with this gag order because they need to know that if they're leaking this information to the media, that we ain't playing and we ain't cool with this ish. Pretty wild and mind-blowing stuff nonetheless. So the judge slaps the feds themselves with a gag order because they believe that the feds have some sort of leak that's giving information to the outlets, these media outlets out here that are giving Diddy a bad name and a bad rap before he even steps foot in a courtroom for this trial. Now, let me just say this really quick. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, is supposed to be the day. Diddy's supposed to be walking into a courtroom and fighting for his life. Literally, because if he's found guilty, the rest of his life will be behind bars. So yeah, he's fighting for his life. Yes, he's not on the chopping block for the ultimate price, the DP. But he gets locked up, he's gone. He's gone for good. People will say they knew him when. It's going to be bad. So yes, May 5th is when he's supposed to be in a courtroom fighting for his innocence. But I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, baby. This is not going to happen anytime soon. Now, I know some may be like, nah, this is May 5th is going to happen. Blah. It is too soon. They have terabytes of information, hard drives filled with terabytes of images, documents, videos, all different types of things that both sides need to get a chance to go through. And also, he's also trying to get bail. Yes, they still have not done his third attempt. He hasn't done his full third attempt yet. So we're still waiting on that too. And then let's not forget also the litany of lawsuits that are coming down the pipeline towards Diddy's age. There's a lot of them. And I'm sure at some point today, there will be another lump sum, a lump or a huge batch of lawsuits dropping again. Watch. By this afternoon, we will have another one or another batch. Just like we had last Sunday. We'll have another one this Sunday. And then Monday, we'll be going through all the paperwork and all the documents all over again because that's what they've been doing. at the top of every single week, they file new lawsuits. So I think this is going to be the rhythm for a little while. 120 victims, by the way, is a lot of people. And if you're only doing it once a week and you're filing these lawsuits in bulk, in batches of 7, we're going to be doing this for a while, for months, it sounds like. For months. But nonetheless, there's a lot that we need to break down. There's a lot to talk about. But apparently, the judge believes that there's some sort of alleged leak within the feds that is leaking all the information to the media. And now a gag order has been in place, has been filed, has been put on the feds so that they can stop the leak. I will tell you this. I think it's very, very interesting that the defense, Diddy's dream team, as they have been saying, I think it's very interesting that they believe that the feds are the leak. When I feel like there's going to be something big in the very near future, there's going to be many, many big things that are going to be leaking in the next couple weeks, in the next few months. So for everyone who sits there and goes, oh, it's the feds leaking this stuff, are we sure? Are we absolutely sure? Let's not forget, there are a lot of people that allegedly, or there's some people out there that allegedly have their hands on these particular tapes that allegedly are trying to sell them back to the people that are starring in these videos. So who's to say that this particular media outlet, got their hands on that very video, or at least one of those videos that was trying to be sold out here in these streets? I'm telling you right now, this gag order is not going to stop anything. Sure, if there really is a leak within the feds, yeah, that'll stop. They'll be quiet. Mum's the word with the feds. But that's not going to stop the videos that are out there that other people have their hands on. I'm telling you right now, this leak, I feel, did not come from the feds. That's just what I feel. I could be wrong. But they say they believe that Homeland Security is the one that actually dropped it like it's hot on this thing. I don't think so. Too many people have their hands on these videos, not only just the feds. Other people have these videos. You're telling me those aren't going to come out and land randomly in the front doorstep of some reporter's home? And he's going to look, or they are going to look through it and go, oh my word, holy cow, I can't believe that star is in this video. And then they'd write another article about, holy cow, didn't know that person was even remotely friends with that group of people. You don't think that kind of stuff's going to start dropping here soon? Just saying. Black Anonymous, thank you so much for saying this. The feds tend to be really buttoned up. They don't play around with that sort of thing. I 110% agree with you, my brother. I completely agree with you on that. Because you got to remember, any of that stuff that does leak, that's their boo-hoo-tee. Real talk. And that's their case blown up. The potential of them dropping something out there, leaking that, could ruin their own case that they've been working on for a while on Diddy or any of these other cases. Think about that. That could compromise their case, compromise what they're fighting and working for, getting justice for these individuals. It'd be very dumb for them to do something that could literally come back and bite them in the butt. Be ridiculous. So, hold on real quick. Rianne, thank you so much for being a member for the past 20 months. Woo! Woo! Okay. Time's moving fast, yo. Yes, it is. Happy Sunday. Fanburgers, much love, Pascal. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that so very much. Real quick, before we get into this article, because I was going to say it later, but I'm going to say it now. I do have a GoFundMe up. I am going to be doing depending on if I make this GoFundMe goal. I have a GoFundMe for a holiday show that I am putting together right now as we speak. And of course, God willing, if everything comes together, that will be what you guys contribute will be a part of the actual show. So if you can check it out, if you can go to GoFundMe and donate $1, 5, it doesn't matter. A little goes a long way. That would be amazing because I really do want to do something special this year. We did one last year, which was a much smaller, much more conservative show, but would love to be able to do something a little bit more this year. And of course, this is something I want to do every year if I can get it, if I have the power to do so. So it is there. Check it out. It's pinned to the top of the chat. If you can check it out, that'd be greatly appreciated. GoFundMe. It's also the link is in the description box down below. If you can support, that'd be great. If you haven't seen the video of me doing like a Halloween parody, it is up and available right now. Go check it out. If it moves you and you're like, hey, that's some good stuff, and you want to support, by all means, go ahead and check out the GoFundMe. That would be amazing. All right. And I know a lot of you guys are hoping for another holiday show, another holiday special. And so hopefully we can do that again this year. So check it out, please, and thank you. But let's get into this. We got to get into this article. But again, remember, just 2 days ago, we all were still just shocked with the information that they said. Because let's not forget, it means that these videos are indeed real. These freak-off parties that he was hosting that were caught on tape are indeed real. Now, does it mean that the stuff that was found on the videos are indeed showing littles, big household names, and so on involved in these type of freak-offs? We have yet to have that confirmed. But nonetheless, we do know that these freak-off tapes do exist. That's something that we all need to walk home and rest our weary heads and sleep on for a little while. That stuff is indeed real. But one thing I want to remind you is that Diddy's dream team is trying to say, yeah, they were all bumping uglies. But when was bumping uglies a crime, ladies and germs? When was bumping uglies a crime? That's what they're trying to say. Now, they're saying that all those people that were in these videos were indeed consensual and of age. We're hearing otherwise, which is very interesting as well. So let's get into this. So, judge in Diddy STing case warns feds. It was a completely different, by the way, 5 minutes before we started this show, this title was completely different and it changed. I don't know why they changed it, but that's fine. There must be an update in this article that I have yet to see so far, but we're going to see it together if there's an update. So judge in Diddy STing case warns feds after alleged info leak. They believe this thing was leaked. They say plainly improper. So Sean Diddy Combs won a small victory in court after judge slapped down federal agents suspected of leaking information in his STing case. Diddy's lawyers had asked for a gag order on the feds after the post from the same articles, same media outlet that I'm reading this article from, detailed the embattled musicians' depraved alleged freak-offs and quoted a federal law enforcement source involved in the probe who called these get-togethers, these carnal meetings, sick-ish. Now, real quick, we got to cross-reference, okay? We definitely got to cross-reference because they're looking at that one particular line being said by a source. And they're saying, nope, this was leaked. This was mother-loving leaked by the feds. In fact, we do also have the paperwork that we're going to look at here in just a short second. But I'm just looking at the sick-ish line because I do want to read that again just for all of us to see that too. Where the heck is it? Where the heck is it? There it is. So let's move up just a little bit. Okay, we already know about this. He pleaded guilty. Okay. Ooh. Let's move up just a little bit more because it looks like this comes from a source. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's unclear. Here we go. So it's unclear whether the videos that the Post has viewed as part of the feds, part of the feds case, but officials say they confiscated hundreds of videos from Combs' hard drives and devices, some of which include F-off parties. These are consistent with the videos we have. A federal law enforcement source right here who is involved in the investigation said after hearing descriptions of the scenes in the videos that the Post viewed. Just about everything you can imagine, they continue. Just about everything you can imagine was happening at his parties. Now our job is to determine whether this was consensual for everyone involved, if anyone has been teed, and what laws have been broken. Again, I think that's very, very important. In the videos viewed by the Post, the identities of most of the participants are unknown, but the feds believe that at least some of the victims in the videos they obtained were coerced to perform. Moving down, Combs threatened his victims, the feds said after his arrest, including by threatening to expose the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of these F-offs if the women did not comply with his demands. He was charged. We already know about this. So they continue saying it's sick-ish right here. The law enforcement source said or told the Post, look, if this were just him having S parties with a bunch of horny adults, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That's perfectly legal. But that's not what we're looking at. This man is a P word or a predator. Now, here's the thing. You see right here. So they read this article. His team reads this article, and that made them feel some type of way, which I'm going to be real. You know, clearly, I think the man is guilty. I feel like he is responsible for a lot of really bad things. I think he did a lot of crimes. Whether those things are consensual or not, he did solicit pros, S workers, and all that stuff. So regardless of that, I do think the man is guilty of at least the obvious ones. Now, deep diving into whether these things are consensual or not, I think he's going to have a hard time proving that they all were consensual. But that's the uphill battle, uphill climb that he's going to be embarking on when it comes to this trial. Like I said, May 5th is not going to happen. Not at all. But yes, this man definitely deserves a fair trial, because God forbid he gets hit with a whole bunch of stuff that he didn't do because something's being leaked by the feds, because the information's being leaked by the feds. True. He deserves a fair trial. I don't care what anybody thinks. He most definitely deserves a fair trial. We also got to remember, his career is over. By the time, if he gets exonerated, he walks out, court of public opinion has already submitted their verdict. Demandam guilty. Him guilty. Doesn't matter how many ways you look at it, that man guilty. But as far as justice, as far as the law, he is innocent until proven guilty, and he should be allowed to have a fair trial. I agree with that. But it's very interesting that they put out this information, the Post, and they brought in a law enforcement source to say, man, those group sessions, man, and those videos, that's some sick-ish, man. That's some sick. I tell you what, I ain't seen nothing like that before. And that stuff was sick. But here's the thing. My only argument is this. Who be the source, though? Just because it's a law enforcement source does not automatically mean that the law enforcement source is law enforcement. Think about that. It's all about word placement. Think about it. It could be like somebody that is close to something. You know what I mean? Think about it for a second. It could very well be a literal law enforcement agent, federal law enforcement agent being the source. That could be true. Shoot, it could very well be that too. But man, a lot of times, sometimes, not a lot of times, sometimes, that sounded weird, but sometimes it's semantics, baby. The place of words, so on and so forth, in a sentence to make it sound something, to make it sound more legit than it really is. I mean, anything is possible. But it could also be a federal agent. I don't know. They could have just said, excuse me, I have a question for you, like this reporter. We just want to confirm the video that we saw. We're going to break it down to you. Does this sound familiar to any of the videos that you guys have? We just want to make sure this is legitimate because there's AI like a mug out here. People can fake things all day long. So then they call up a Fed or call up somebody who's working close to the case, and they say, "Yeah, that's confirmed. Yes, what you heard, what you saw. Yeah, man, that's wow. You got that? How did y'all get that? I can't." I can't reveal my sources, whatever the hell it may be. But that's what it says, that they were cross-referencing and they were asking the people like, hey, we got a video. This is what it sounds like, or this is what it looks like. Does it sound familiar? And that person's like, yeah, that sounds pretty damn familiar, if you ask me. And yeah, that's some sick-ish. It's like the things I've seen, you can't unsee. But again, anything's possible. So I guess the question still remains, and I leave up to you guys. Do you believe that feds leaked this stuff to the media or not? For me, I don't think they did. But anything's possible. There are a lot of people that want to take this man down, and there's a lot of people that just want to tarnish destroy his image, destroy what he's built, his brand, before he even steps into a courtroom. But I don't think they leaked this. And I'm telling you right now, there's going to be something big that's going to happen again this week pertaining to Diddy. That's going to be another leak. And I feel like we're going to know for a fact that it has nothing to do with the feds. I just don't think the feds will be this sloppy. But then again, anything's possible. Let's continue on, though. In response, Manhattan federal judge, Sabramian, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, issued an order late Friday warning federal prosecutors and other law enforcement officials working on the case to follow existing laws barring them from releasing any grand jury information or other non-public information that could impact a fair trial. This is a very big deal. So he basically said, shut up. That's what he said. Judge said, oh, I see what you did. Yeah, shut up. Sit down somewhere. Don't say a damn thing. That's what he said. The judge. Ain't that something? Moving on. Those remarks, if made by an agent involved in the investigation or prosecution of this case, are plainly improper, the judge wrote. To be clear, this order isn't based on a finding that there has been any wrongdoing thus far, so they have no proof of a leak, as the court has made no new findings has made no findings at this juncture relating to Diddy's allegations that information related to the case has been leaked. So they have no proof of said leak, but they're still saying, shut up. The point of this order is to help ensure that nothing happens from now on that would interfere with a fair trial. I agree. He deserves a fair trial without a shadow of a doubt. Get him guilty for the things he's truly guilty of, not everything. Because you got to remember, yes, I believe that a lot of these victims that are stepping forward are actual victims of Diddy, but there are some other people that are sliding through that are trying to get a bag. I'm sorry, but that's just unfortunately the world that we live in. Let's keep it a mother-loving being. So to continue on, the court will take appropriate action for any violation of these rules. So we already know the lawyers requested a hearing in the case over allegations that the Department of Homeland Security agents leaked that footage from 2016 where he's attacking his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, or Cassie, in the hotel hallway. We talked about this. The hearing, which is still pending, sought to bar the feds from improperly sharing any additional information from the criminal case with the press. Combs is facing, we already know about what he's facing. And right now, he is still locked up in federal detention. He's in jail. Mother lover locked up. We already know about all that. So we shouldn't be that surprised about the stuff that he's looking at. But now we got to share something else. Now, and of course, this is the question I leave up to you guys. Do you think that this is proper? Do you think that this is, because they're saying they believe, they are speculating, they have no proof, but they are speculating that there is a leak within the feds. They also before were blaming or accusing Department of Homeland Security of leaking information out here in these streets. They still have not unearthed who that leak is. Because if they believe that there is a leak within the feds, and they believe that the leak gave the New York Post that article or that video that created this particular article here, where did it go? The title. Then clearly there is still a leak. And they still have not figured out who that leak could be. So, very interesting stuff. And of course, we all saw this and we all lost our doggone minds. We saw read that article. We all lost our minds, still trying to figure out what happened here. Why did it go? First off, it was like, how did the New York Post get their hands on this video? And I know that there's been a lot of pushback, people wondering, oh, is that video or is that article really telling the truth? Did they really see this, one of the freak off tapes? Or are they just making it up so they get some clicks? Hey, anything's possible. But the fact that they pull out and say, oh, we have a federal agent, a source in the federal, within the federal law enforcement, basically echoing and confirming the things that we did see, is actually one of the videos that they actually have in their possession as well, calling it sick-ish. And also saying, now it's our job to prove that these things were non-consensual. That's the uphill battle that we have to go through in proving. But that's some sick-ish that we saw. So the judge agrees with Diddy's team, saying, yep, there's got to be a leak. Whoever it is needs to shut the hell up and stop sharing stuff. But I know why, and I get why the New York Post put out that video or put out that article and put the source's name, or not the source's name, but put the fact that they had a source confirm, because they wanted to make sure people knew that what they had is absolutely authentic. Instantly, everyone's going to go, oh, that be AI. That's AI. What are you talking about? Somebody just went to some app and made some stuff up. You just looking at some AI. That ain't real. That's fake news. But they said, hey, we cross-referenced with a source from the federal feds law enforcement, confirming that what we described to them is indeed a video that they actually have. And they go, and we're going to double down even more. He even said that it's just sick-ish. He had more to say than just, yep, sounds about right, ma'am. That is the video. That's one of them. He went on and said, oh, ma'am, I have to tell you, ma'am, but that is some sick-ish. Interesting. Interesting indeed. But I want to share with you guys again. Well, not again. I want to share with you guys this. I think this is interesting too. This is after the New York Post put out that article, right? And we all lost our minds, all of us, because we're like, oh, damn. Not only is it real, but oh my damn, that's some crazy stuff. You just got people randomly standing around watching other people bumping uglies. Real talk. Yeah. Shirley just said, John Legend singing, we're all just freaky people. Yup. Ain't that crazy? Hey, everybody getting together, just bumping uglies, and other ones standing around, drinking stemware, doing lines, and just laughing as these other people are just making the beats with two backs. Just do a rakakaka. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like I said before, some eyes wide shut type ish. But I want to share this with you guys. The article came out. Obviously, this had a huge reaction from a lot of people, which I get because this is shocking. Yeah, it is nuts. And it's sick. But I see what you did there. I'm kidding. I'm the 12-year-old. You are not, Alina. I swear to God. But moving on. A lot of nuts swinging in the wind. Ay. Okay, so New York Post puts out that article. A lot of people losing their minds. I did too. I was like, oh my damn. So this is real. But then I want to share this because Megan Kniff on X, she puts out a lot of updates, which are really, really fantastic. She actually put up the filing from Diddy's lawyer. So it says this: lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs want a gag order in his criminal case, and they say a new New York Post article shows that the Department of Homeland Security has an illicit partnership with different outlets to ruin this man's ability to get a fair trial. Let's take a look at the paperwork, shall we? Because again, pretty crazy stuff. And those are some serious allegations. So they put this up a couple days, literally 2 days ago, because it is the 27th. So let's take a look at this. So, of course, this is Agnifilo, Janine Garofalo, Mark Ruffalo. That is his lead. That is Diddy's lead attorney. So, dear Judge Sobramian, defendant Sean Combs respectfully submits this additional letter in further support of his October 23rd, 2024 letter, DKT 46, regarding the proposed gag order. This morning, the New York Post published an article, Exhibit A, containing false, inflammatory, prejudicial remarks attributed to, quote unquote, a federal law enforcement source who is involved in the in parentheses, government's, or in brackets, government's investigation. The article describes purported videos and photos supposedly depicting Mr. Combs, and notes that the Post described the scenes to a federal agent for comment. The federal agent reported to the Post the following. These are consistent with the videos we have. But like I said, they cross-reference to make sure that this was absolutely legitimate. Legit. Next one. Just about everything you can imagine was happening at Mr. Combs' parties. Now, our job is to determine whether this was consensual for everyone involved, if anyone has been teed, and what laws have been broken. It's sick-ish. Look, if this was just him having S parties with a bunch of horny adults, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That's perfectly legal. But that's not what we're talking about. This man is a predator. The federal agent's statements clearly constitute, quote unquote, opinions by a government agent that have a substantial likelihood of interfering with a fair trial or otherwise prejudicing the due administration of justice. Indeed, the statements are, quote unquote, opinions as to the accused guilt or innocence, or as to the merits of the case or the evidence in the case, which are presumptively prejudicial. The statements also reflect that the agent has access to possible grand jury material in the form of videos and other potential evidence. So they believe that this person was out here, this particular agent or agents is out here giving out incriminating information and videos to this outlet. That's what they believe. Now, do they believe that they're sending this out to other outlets? I don't know. But that's what they're alleging. In addition to violating L. Crim R 23.1, these statements attributed to the federal agent involved in the investigation are objectively false. There are no videos of people having relations at parties, nor has the government alleged this as part of the indictment. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear. There is no way on God's green earth that the feds would just suddenly make things up, do a huge press conference saying they got footage of people doing freak offs, getting together and doing the hibbity dibbity if that evidence did not already exist. They would not just make this stuff up. Let's keep it a buck. They're not going to do that. It's the feds we talking about. That's ridiculous. If they were to try to, oh yeah, this is all, we're just going to use some AI and make all this stuff up because we ain't got better things to do. We're just going to take down Diddy for the sake of taking down Diddy. Why? Now, I know conspiracy theorists are going to run wild with this too. See, what happened was he was trying to buy a whole tequila conglomerate, and they didn't want him to do that, so they took him down. Like, come on. Stop. Stop the cap. Just stop. For his lawyers to sit here and say that there are no videos of people getting it on, bumping the uglies, is beyond me. Because the feds already said, we got that stuff, though. We got that footage, though. So that part is trash to me. They already got the evidence. The tapes don't exist at all. Yet they do. It's like what they said before. Cassie did not do, or Diddy did not do anything to Cassie. What the hell are you talking about? This is a witch hunt. They're trying to destroy a good black man. And then what happened? Video comes out, and what did he do? He got up all up in the video. It said, oh, yeah, that was a dark time for me. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of what I did. I'm sorry. I found God. I found therapy. I went to rehab. I'm not a perfect person. I'm just trying to be a better man. Don't you remember all that? Yeah. Yeah, we all remember that. So when they come and you see what I'm saying? You see the timeline, timelining. So we're back at this again. Do you realize that these lawyers, which, good on them for trying to fight uphill, that's their job. But you cannot tell me that those videos don't exist when allegedly those videos do exist. You got feds saying that they've seen the videos, they have the videos, they have countless hours of videos of things that even this agent said was some sick ish. Now it's a matter of trying to figure out if these things were consensual or not. You know what's going to happen now? Let me tell you what's going to happen right now. Let me tell you what's going to happen next. We're coming back to this. I promise. Don't worry. It's coming back. We're going to finish that out because there's another page, half a page. But let me tell you something. What's going to happen next? This is my prediction. They put out that statement saying that these videos are not real, that it's fake, and that it's a lie. And guess what's going to happen? One of those videos is going to leak. One of those videos is going to leak. And then we're going to hear his lawyers eat crow. Wait for it. With the Cassie situation, look at the pattern. Cassie came out with that scathing 92-page lawsuit. We all were clutching our pearls. Even the fellas, even the most fellas of fellas was like, oh, bro, damn. Oh, he's done. They came out and said, oh, this is a witch hunt. This is some BS. Witch hunt. The video came out. And then he did, oh, man, I'm ashamed of what I did. So they're doing it again. So they're going to challenge, literally, the New York Post by saying, hey, what you have is fake news. It's fake. You don't have any evidence on sex off. Watch, guys, it come out. Watch. Same pattern. Except this time, we won't get a video from Diddy saying, that was a bad time in my life. I found God. I found rehab. I found therapy. I ain't a perfect person, but I'm trying to be a better man. We ain't going to get that video no more. Watch. They just put the challenge out by putting out this. Something going to drop big in the next week or two. And it's all going to be pertaining to a freak off. Wait for it. Let's move on. So they say there are no videos of people doing the hibbity-dibbity at these parties. Okay. That is a statement of the year. Okay. So, nor has the government alleged this as part of the indictment. In the absence of evidence, however, law enforcement has intentionally made false and damaging statements to one of the primary news sources in New York City, read by potential grand jurors and trial jurors. I understand what they're saying on that part. It's a very strong statement for you to sit there and say that they don't have any of that evidence, that they don't have the videos of these freak-offs, that those videos don't exist and it's fake. Telling you right now, you're gonna have some fun. That's all I'm saying. This is gonna be very tough for them. Moving on, though, there's more to this. This latest article underscores the need for the court's order to be appropriately expansive. Sorry, let me do that again. This article underscores the need for the court's order to be appropriately expansive and to cover any and all agents in a position to have access to videos, evidence, case information, or be familiar with the investigation, either directly or indirectly. Huh. Interesting. The government's proposed order would allow this clear misconduct to go unabated and would protect federal agents involved in parentheses their investigation from the ramifications of intentionally violating a defendant's right to a fair trial, free from false, damaging, and intentional statements made to the press. That this conduct is continuing demonstrates disregard for the clear concern this court has shown for this fundamental issue. In the larger context of the unrelenting leaks and false statements by the agents over the last 6 months, today's article shows DHS has formed an illicit partnership with different press outlets, which the agency has used and will use to ruin this man's ability to get a fair trial. The need for an immediate gag order is clear. The court should enter Mr. Combs' proposed order, or these prejudicial leaks will only continue. Now, this was obviously dated 2 days ago. This was filed 2 days ago. This was dated immediately after the article came out. And let me tell you, scathing article, mind-blowing article. That article does confirm that those videos are real. Now, again, I know some people think that it's AI, and those are fake videos. But I'm telling you right now, the feds have enough to take this man down. They are confirming through this source, allegedly, that they do have videos of these freak-offs. They even mentioned that in the press conference, the first press conference they had about Diddy's arrest. They even mentioned that while Cassie was running away, she was actually running away from an actual freak-off party that was in action at that time. That same video that we have all seen that got him to get on a video and apologize for his actions and how he treated Cassie in that way in that video. They say that she was running away from a freak-off in that video. You're telling me that they're getting this information and they're just making this up? I'm telling you right now, I don't think so. Now, here's the thing. Somebody just said this too. Learn to discern. He gonna walk. Let's talk about that for a second. Now, the reason why I think that there's a possibility, I know some of y'all are gonna be mad about what I'm about to say. I think he's gonna be able to walk here very soon. You want to know why I think he's gonna walk very soon? Let me explain. Let me just pull this up because thanks, learn to discern. Put that up. He gonna walk. It's a nice reminder. Hold on. Let me just pull this up because this just happened a few days ago, and I felt some type of way about this. Remember former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch? He liked them mans, and he liked his own Fitch offs. Remember him? Yeah, and his other two people that were working for him, moving people around, moving pros, S workers, right? Injecting people with things so that they can go from 6 to midnight and perform. Living la vida loca. Yes, let's not forget that. He is out on, well, first off, he pleads not guilty. Let's not forget that because he just got arraigned. He pleads not guilty for STing. But one of the other things is that he got out on bail, which, of course, where the heck is it? This will do. Which he says which they show right here. So let me share this with you guys. Former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch is out on a $10 million bond. So he has an anklet and all that. $10 million bond. He did just as bad in his freak offs, in his own version of freak offs, which I call Fitch offs. But what's interesting about this is that I know for a fact his lawyers, Diddy's lawyers, are using this situation to their advantage. This is the reason why I'm saying that there could very well be a possibility that Diddy could get out on bond. You're telling me that the CEO, the former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, was not harassing, calling people up, threatening them? He's just as bad. His allegations are just as bad as Diddy's. Only difference is he is a gay white man. He did it to men. You're telling me he's not coercing, he's not harassing, he's not making people scared out of their minds to step forward and speak out? You're not telling me that there's not going to be hundreds of people filing lawsuits against Mike Jeffries that were scared to speak out, but now maybe they're going to speak out because he's been arraigned? Think about this for a second, guys. They're going to use this example to their advantage. They're going to use this for their advantage. Wait for it. They're going to look at that and go, wait a second. Nah. He did his own male version of Caligula. I saw somebody say that, modern day Caligula. He did his own version. Diddy did his own hip hop version of Caligula. They did the same doggone things. And there's plenty of people, plenty of victims from the Abercrombie and Fitch offs that I'm sure are still scared to speak up and step forward and speak out about what they went through because of this person and the power that he had and how dangerous he could potentially be. Same thing as Diddy, but Diddy's still locked up, which is trash. I feel like they both should be locked up. Let me make that abundantly clear. They both should be locked up. Mike Jeffries should be in the same cell with Diddy. Wait a second. They might have too much fun like that. So let me take that back. Hold up now. They might be too related. They might have too many things in common. Secret lovers. Yeah, that's what we are. You never know. So maybe that's not a good thing. They should never share the same cell because I feel like it would just be just too much noise. Yeah, that's an image. Woo! Don't want that. Oh, my brain. Moving on. Think about this, though. I think that they both should be locked up. Mike Jeffries is still potentially a threat to any of his victims. Same as Diddy. Diddy is a threat to all of his victims. He's been known to call up other people, witnesses, victims, so on and so forth, to threaten them, calling them hundreds of times before they have to make statements, before they have to do testimonies under a grand jury, all those things. Because he's trying to get out. So you mean to tell me Mike Jeffries gets to get out on $10 million bond? And Diddy still locked up? That's not right, guys. Either they both out or they're both locked up. In my personal opinion, both need to be locked up. Keep the dumb people, them dumb monsters locked up and throw away the dumb key. That's what I think. But that's just me. And then I question, how does Mike Jeffries' crimes differ from Diddy's? How are Mike Jeffries' crimes less than Diddy's? Someone explain that to me. Just because Diddy was doing his stuff all the way up until 2-3 months ago does not mean that he should be no. Or just because his stopped in allegedly 2000 whatever 5 doesn't mean a damn thing, because you know for a fact he was still doing it up until God knows when, up until the arthritis of his hips started kicking in. Couldn't thrust like he used to thrust no more. Mike Jeffries. But you're telling me after 2005 he just cut it all out? Cold turkey, he stopped doing his own fitch-offs? I disagree. I totally disagree. I think the courts made a huge mistake by leaving this guy, letting this guy walk. He shouldn't. He should be locked up just like Diddy. But what sucks about this is now Diddy's team is looking at that and going, but, you let him out. Why isn't Diddy out? Wait for it. It's coming. It's coming. Also, the other thing, too, let me just say this. Doesn't matter if he gets out, if Diddy gets to walk. I believe because of what's happened here, there's a strong possibility he's going to walk. I don't think he's going to walk free. I think he's going to be, of course, anklet, do all the things that he said that he's going to do, but he's going to be locked up in his home. And then he's going to see the inside of a courtroom. But what's interesting is right now, he has a third bond that he's filed that he's trying to get going. They already pushed the date. He even asked for an extension for that bail. Why? I don't know. But nonetheless, we already know for a fact that May 5th ain't going to happen. There's going to be an extension. They're not done yet. They're not ready. They extended and they did an extension on his bail. When it happens, I don't know when. But it's interesting nonetheless. So this gives not only prosecution time to keep building their case against Diddy, but guess what? This gives Diddy's team time to build their case too. The more Diddy's locked up or with an anklet in his home, the more time that these victims suddenly step away. Less and less people want to talk. They get more and more time to think about things. No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. More and more time for those people to go, I don't know. I think he was wearing a green shirt. No. Maybe it was red. Now, okay, my mind's playing tricks on me. I don't remember exactly how it all went down. But when I was there, he was wearing this specific shirt. I just don't remember if it was red or green. I drank something, but I don't remember if it was him who handed it to me or it was somebody else who handed it to me. Yeah, I remember saying it was a rum and coke, but now I don't know if it was a rum and coke. I'm just saying it gives people time to have their memories slip up a little bit. It has time for people to think twice about them actually doing something. Maybe I shouldn't do. I can't do this. The anxiety, I got too much anxiety. My hair's falling out. I'm not eating. I'm losing weight. I am too nervous. And you guys keep pushing back the dates. I can't do this anymore. I can't wait anymore. I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm out. I'm sorry. I got to go. This works in his favor. Or it could potentially work in his favor. So think about that too. They're going to keep on pushing. They're going to keep on pushing the dates. And if he gets free and he gets to be locked up in his home, this ain't going to stop him from being able to reach out to these victims and these potential witnesses. It's going to give him time to go, hey, how much you need, man? Like, let's just say I drop off a bag. I got one of my people. He drops off this bag, and it just happens to have a couple mil cold hard cash in the bag. You pick it up, and then maybe you just don't show up to court that day. What do you say? You think you can pick up this bag at this particular time and not show up Monday morning? Think about it, guys. This gives him time. I think he should still be locked up, but God only knows. God only knows what's happening here or what's going to happen here. Okay? But let me get some of these super chats. Okay? Let me get some of these super chats. And hopefully everybody's cool in the chat. Shout out to my lovely mods. Hopefully you guys are all cool out there. Love you guys. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Paul K, thank you so much for the Australian dollars. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you so much for watching from down under. Finally live. Yeah, thank you so much. Great show, P. This reminds me of Epi. What happened to those videos? Nada. Nothing after his passing. You know what? You're right. And I feel like, here's the thing. Somebody said in a comment when we talked about this guy, about the CEO, they were like, what if this has to do with a little trickle over from the Epi situation? What if they've been following, and let's be real, these allegations on Mike Jeffries and his team of people that were helping move people around, recruit, try them out, plying them with substances, all those things was happening those allegations were a while back. There's a whole documentary. What is it called? It's called the Abercrombie Guys, The Dark Side of Cool. That's on YouTube. Real talk. On YouTube. And so, again, maybe they've been looking and investigating in this guy, and then Diddy's stuff happened to happen right around the same time, and then boom, it just happens to be a random situation, or Diddy started squawking and snitched. That's a possibility too, but God only knows. But I do think it's interesting. But I do think also the Epi list, who is it? Where is it? Why hasn't it been put out? That's what I'm interested about as well. Because you know for a fact there's a lot of people on there that know some things or that were connected or involved in those things. And that's what's so frustrating about this. There's so many people that are going to be getting hit with so many different things. And again, a lot of these people are going to be sliding under the radar. That's why I'm really happy that the judge said, at least in one of these lawsuits, he's saying the victim needs to be exposed, and the celebrity names that he mentions that he's being tossed around like a party favor, those individuals need to be exposed as well. It can still be sealed, but for the court, they need to know who these people are. And it's going to be the same act for a lot of these other lawsuits that are going to drop. And I'm here for it. I'm 110% here for that. As long as it protects the victim, but exposes that celebrity, because that celebrity should not be able to use his own financial privilege to get out of a situation, especially if they've done a crime. They should be held accountable as well. Mimi, thank you so much for the love. I'm late listening to your song on replay 100 times. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And for those of y'all who don't know, I did a parody Halloween song. I did a Teddy Swims song, Lose Control. I did a Teddy Swims Halloween parody of the song. You know, just had some fun, that kind of thing. So check it out if you get a chance. It's on the main channel. And again, I got my GoFundMe link to the top of the chat over there on the top of the chat. So go show some love if you can. That'll be amazing. Whoops. Let me take that down. S-Dubs, thank you so much. What's the difference between Diddy and Hugh Hefner? Good question. Hefner's been accused of a lot of crazy stuff, for sure. I just don't think the difference between the two of them, I think it is a matter of videotapes, not videotapes. Diddy had his freak offs filmed. Hugh Hefner did not, allegedly. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the big difference. And Hugh Hefner was doing it in plain sight. He was known for his magazines, videos, websites, all that stuff. He was known for his job was the sex. Scantily clad women in their birthday suits as well. He was known for that. So he was hiding in plain sight. If those allegations are 110% true, then he was hiding in plain sight. And he was praised for it. He was the ultimate pimp. Pretty wild, right? Mimi, thank you so much for the super sticker. We Next, thank you so much for being a member for the past month. I appreciate it. To you too, thank you so much. Mimi, thank you. Love and appreciate our great mods. Be kind and give that like. Exactly. Yes. Thank you so much. Mimi, again, thank you again. And Peter Sales, hopefully I'm saying that right. The difference is Diddy involves littles. That's also the truth too. That's also a good point as well. I mean, let me tell you, anything is possible when it comes to these particular men of stature, men of financial status. Anything's possible. It is pretty wild, though, when you hear about all these people that are stepping forward with Diddy. And maybe this is going to reawaken other individuals like Epi, like Hefner. Because you never know, that might rekindle some of these people like, hey, I'm a victim, and what happened to me was at one of Hugh Hefner's parties. Y'all are sitting here saying all this stuff was fake, and now you hear about Diddy. Y'all are starting to believe it now. So I talked about this 6 years ago. Are you going to listen to me now? That's possible. It's the same thing with this situation with Mike Jeffries. From Abercrombie and Fitch, there are plenty of men that were talking about this years ago. And now everyone's like, oh no, he S8 who? Oh, it's a man? Okay, never mind. Literally, that's what happened. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. It's a different thing. I don't know why people don't take it seriously if someone's S8'd, whether you are male or female. But during that time, yeah, he did all these things to me. And it's like, oh my gosh. The girl's name's Taylor? Who's Taylor? Which one? No, Taylor's a guy. Oh, it's a guy? Oh, bless his heart. Moving on, though. Literally. Did he really do that? Like, did it really happen? Because it's a guy, you know? It's like, no, that really did happen. And now people are starting to listen because dude finally got arrested. You see the same thing with Diddy. Same BS with Diddy. And people were not listening. But now men are starting to step forward and talk about it, and people are starting to believe them now. Remember this, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to step forward that are lying. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to step forward that were saying, hey, I was a part of this. It was not consensual. I took this stuff. I didn't know what it was. I was just drinking a drink. I don't remember what happened. I woke up and this all went down. And that's a terrifying thought. That's a very terrifying thought. But I hope over time there will be justice. Rianne, thank you so much for thank you so much. I appreciate it for the comment and the super chat donated from other phone. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I got that GoFundMe. Go check it out. Uh, what I'm trying to put together is very minimal, but I am really looking forward to doing something really fun this year, and a much more elaborate, much bigger for sure. So if you can, please do. That would be phenomenal. Then later on this week, I want to tell you guys this too. Later on this week, I may be sitting down with somebody. You may be seeing somebody on the show. So I'm really looking forward to it. Fingers crossed. We'll see how it all goes down. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff in the industry and all that as well, especially revolving around this Diddy situation. And I think this person would be a really good person to bring in to talk about the industry, given the fact that they've been in the industry for decades. This is somebody who is a pioneer, for lack of a better term, in the world of hip hop and has been around the game for a long time. So I'm looking forward to having somebody coming onto the show to talk about some stuff. So we got some stuff coming up very, very soon. Candy corn. Do I have any ugly sweaters? I don't, but or ugly sweatshirts. I don't, but that's something I may have to look into because we are putting together our lineup for the holiday season for Christmas and all that. So I'm going to look into that. I'll see what I can do about that. Okay. But sorry, just reading some of you guys' comments here. Ugly sweaters not a bad idea though. Ugly sweaters is not a bad idea, but we'll see. It just depends. It just depends. It really just depends. But again, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. We do have a lot coming up. I have a feeling like later on this evening, we're going to be talking about some new lawsuits that are going to drop, I'm sure. In fact, I'm just checking here real quick just to see if there's any updates before we hop off. I mean, I know there's something about Chris Brown, which is insane, which we've already talked about. What? Wow. This is very interesting. We got an update. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on. This doesn't make any sense. But let's take a look at this. This is brand new, just so you guys know. What? So he loses the bid for gag order to prevent alleged government leaks. This is from page 6 now. What is going on? What? Yeah, Diddy's free. No, he ain't free. Let's take a look at this. So it's been denied. What? Hold on. Loses bid for gag order to prevent alleged government leaks. Judge rules. What? What is going on? I am so confused. Let's take a look at this. So he lost a bid to prevent government officials from leaking information to the media as he remains behind bars for what he's being behind bars for. On Friday, we already know it says denied a gag order request filed by the disgraced rapper's legal team, according to court documents obtained by page 6. So this particular judge insisted that federal agents, investigators, and Combs' team must follow the laws forbidding them from leaking grand jury proceedings that can meddle with a fair trial. To be clear, this order isn't based on a finding that there has been any wrongdoing thus far, as the court has made no findings at this juncture relating to defendants' allegations that information related to this case has been released or has been leaked. The point of this order is to help ensure that nothing happens from now on that would interfere with a fair trial. Reps for Combs didn't immediately, or they're not responding. The ruling comes after I'd be missing. We already know about this. Documents obtained by page 6 revealed Combs' team alleged earlier this month, which we already know about the video that they got from CNN, in May in a bid to quote unquote mortally wound the reputation and the prospect of Combs successfully defending himself against these allegations, rather than using the videotape as trial evidence alongside with other evidence that gives it context and meaning. The agents misused it in the most prejudicial and damaging way possible. This is what the docs say. The gruesome video that we already know about the video, thus no colorable factual basis for the defendant's claim that the government leaked the video to CNN, let alone that it was leaked in violation of grand jury secrecy. Blah, blah, blah. But that's interesting because this one, let me just make sure I'm looking at the date. Hold on. Going to the top of it. October 27th, 20. Hold on, let me make myself smaller so you guys can see this. October 27th, 2024, which is very odd. That's weird. That's a little bit weird in my personal opinion. But they didn't even say anything. They just said that it was denied. But I'm reading in another article saying that it has been issued. Very interesting. Hold on, guys. Just taking a look at a few other things. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think that that's accurate in my personal opinion. But yeah, interesting. This is also saying right here, US Today. Hold on. These pop-ups, man, it's driving me crazy. But take a look at this. Boom. Says right here, USA Today. Sean Diddy Combs loses bid for gag order to prevent alleged government leaks. Loses the bid. Crazy, right? Hold on, I'm getting this. Hold on. So I don't see anything else right now, but that is very, very interesting. At first it was that, and now it's something else. But I get why they would sit there and issue the gag order. But now they're saying that has been denied. He loses the bid for the gag order, which is very interesting. So that's wild. That's very, very wild. Very, very wild. Because they're sitting there going, hey, there's no proof. They even say it in the paperwork, like we saw here in a second ago. There is no proof of said leak. And again, I'm telling you right now, there will be other people out here leaking information. If the New York Post got a video or two that they described in the previous article that we talked about 2 days ago, somebody else has that video too. There's going to be more. There's going to be more for sure. And it's going to be wild. It's going to be very, very wild. So not so much a big win for Diddy. He lost. He lost the bid for a gag order because I guess they feel like that it's not enough. Very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Anyway, guys, that is the show. It's very interesting. That just dropped minutes ago. That is wild. Yeah. Wild. So, that is the show. Quite an interesting experience. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Oh, hold on real quick. VIP, thank you so much. We enjoy your content. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. I appreciate your support. Smash the like button, please, and thank you. But we just heard some breaking news right then and there. That's pretty wild stuff. Very, very interesting. But thank you, Mimi, for the love. I appreciate it as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to say this too. I am happy that that the gag order was denied. I'm absolutely happy about that because honestly, there's no proof of the leak. Second, that means that there's going to be more information dropping. There's going to be more information coming out. It also shows that there's no proof positive way, or there's no proof of said government feds being involved in being the leak. So I'm wondering what was going on that would make them lose the bid. For sure. Confirmed, lose the bid. I am quite curious about that. So that's going to be interesting for sure. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It means a lot. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But the saga continues. I appreciate you guys for being here. Please do me a favor before you head out. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Crush it. That would mean the world to me. Crush that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you're watching on other platforms. Follow me on the TikTok. Follow me on Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, Rumble. Show some love. Hit that follow button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button here on my main channel. Go to my secondary channel because there's a new video that's going to be dropping here in just a little bit. We got some other conversations going on. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button on both platforms, the Pascal Show clips and the Pascal Show, my main channel. Make sure those notification bells are set to all so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to support the channel, by all means, hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon and my locals. Patreon.com/The Pascal Show and locals.com/The Pascal Show. And let's not forget, check out my merch page, pascalmerch.com. I have a feeling I'll be back on a little bit later on today because I think there's going to be more information dropping for sure. So be on the lookout out for it. It's going to be insane for sure. And I have a feeling it's going to be about all the lawsuits that are coming. So be ready for it. Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Much love to you guys. Have a great, safe rest of your Sunday. If I don't see you, make it a positive one. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.